The Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Okay, so headed our way, he is playing at the Regal Theatre on Saturday, the 23rd of November. Not too far away, actually. The one and only Monty Franklin, who I've been following on Insta for a while, because it's just great to see an Aussie who has lived in America for a long time, who has not lost his accent one bit. Monty, hello.
Hello, thank you. So sorry you've been subjected to my Instagram. I'm just a dickhead, really, but having fun.
Oh, we're all just kids.
Seems that way,
Don't
yeah.
worry.
Monty, Nat was showing me some of the stuff, some of your skits and going over the Australian language in particular. I mean, that's what you're kind of famous for. And you're right, you haven't lost your
No.
Aussie accent.
Not even a hint of American snuck in. Is that deliberate?
Well, I don't want it to. I'm very proud of my bogan heritage, and I'll just hang on to that. Plus, I hang around just Australians in LA too. There's something wrong with me, but I don't at all want to have that muddled, weird accent that a lot of people get. So I just I try and just stay with whatever I've decided I had for 30 years here in Australia and keep with that.
It's good enough. You say you don't hang around with Americans, you hang around with Australians, but that's not true because you're good mates with Rob Schneider.
I have. I've been mates with Rob Schneider for about 10 years, and he's been just a mentor and a friend, and he's brought me into that Adam Sandler world too. So I've got to
amazing.
go on tour with those guys and hang out with them and, you know, meet your heroes. They say never meet your heroes, but Adam Sandler, Rob Schneider, David Spade, Chris Rock, some of these people I've got to hang around with doing these has been they're just so lovely, and they've really welcomed me into their world, which is unnecessary, but why not?
You take it.
It's so nice.
That's
isn't it?
amazing, Monty. You know, I imagine those guys like Rob Schneider and
Adam Sandler.
And Adam Sandler in particular, they seem so creative. Is that how it is? I mean, you imagine them cracking jokes and everyone trying to outdo each other maybe at times, but they seem so creative. They're always writing and coming up with different angles and different movies.
Yeah, look, it's not a lot dissimilar to you and your mates. I've got funnier friends, I would think, than me, but they don't necessarily can translate to do that on stage. So hanging around these guys, it isn't a big competition of who can say the funniest thing, but everyone, like, it's funny having dinner with these guys and seeing that David Spade is the quickest, and the sort of snappiest, and then Adam Sandler is the quieter one, but always says the funniest thing of the night and stuff like that. It's interesting seeing their dynamics, which kind of fits into your own friendship group, and you're like, oh, they're just a bunch of guys that are having fun, really.
Yeah.
But it is incredible how they do create stuff and come up with characters and point stuff out in restaurants, and we all just laugh, you know, at the creative minds that are around at some of these dinner tables and stuff. And I usually just quiet. I just say nothing because I'm better off thinking that they think I'm a deaf mute rather than anything I'm going to say in front of these people. So I keep my mouth shut.
So how did it come about that you've managed to worm your way into that friendship group? Because that is the dream. Like, I'm going to go to LA and then I'm just going to instantly make friends with super famous people and they'll welcome me with open arms. That doesn't actually happen, except to you. What's that about?
No, but you are correct. I have definitely wormed my way in. If anything, I've just sort of slipped in there without anyone paying attention. I was at the Laugh Factory in Hollywood, which is it's a showcase comedy club, and a lot of actors and people from movies and stuff will go there. Rob Schneider was there and saw me, and he was about to tour Australia, so he was asking me a bunch of questions. Oh, will they get this and stuff like that? He ended up just taking me on that tour. That was about 10 years ago. We did the Sydney Opera House. We did big shows, and I just got along with him very well, and we created some TV shows, and we've written a movie together and stuff since. So he just kind of took me under his wing, and his family's been just lovely to me, and I've stayed at their house and spent time with them and stuff. So I just kind of, look, luck is one thing, but you have to get yourself into those positions and be ready when they present themselves. So that's what that was.
Now, also, you've co-written a movie that it's a famous West Australian story, although not that many West Australians know about it. You've done it. You're doing a movie about the Emu War.
Yeah, no one knows about this. This is something we've tried to sweep under the rug, but I'm going to expose it.
About time.
Yeah, for those who don't know, it's a true story. In 1932, the Australian government went to war with the emus. There was 20,000 emus running through an area in Western Australia called Campion. Yeah. And the army came in with tanks, machine guns, went to war with the emus. It's a true story. You can look it up. we lost. The emus were too fast. They were too quick. They ran circles around the army. So myself, Rob Schneider, and John Cleese wrote this movie, and we're all in the movie, and we're filming it next year in Australia. And I'm very proud of what we've done. We've worked very hard to make what I hope and know will be a modern-day Crocodile Dundee for the world to fall in love with and Australians to be very proud of.
Monty,
I think it's just going to be really great.
Clearly, when you've read it and it's on piece of paper, do you piss yourself actually reading it back to yourself?
If you wrote it,
that sounds stupid.
If you made it up, you'd go, that's dumb.
No.
But because it's true, it's amazing.
If you just go and look at the Wikipedia page of what actually happened with the Emu War, you piss yourself laughing.
Yeah.
But the script that we've written, yes, I am very proud of, and I do read back and laugh. And if I didn't, I don't think it would be good enough. But we've spent a lot of time making this really, really good. So I love every scene that we've done and the story that we've told and the way that we've brought in really great parts of Western Australia that I think the world hasn't seen yet, which is very interesting and fun too. Giving the emu its chance to fly, you know.
Speaking of, how many emus did you train up for the movie then?
No emus. Apparently they're bastards and you can't work with them, so we have to do all CGI.
The old bush
you asked the question though, didn't you? Whether you could get actual emus?
Oh yeah, I've spoken to emu wranglers all around the country and everywhere. We're gonna have a baby emu, and they're gonna incubate an egg for us and stuff, so that we can have it at the right age when we're filming. So it's all very exciting and fun. But no, they don't respond to food like normal animals would. Like, come run over this way, here's food. They look at you and go, I'll do what I want.
Yeah.
And you don't trust an emu. They've got dinosaur claws.
That's why they won the war, probably.
That's it. They got organised. They had military-style tactics. You've got to read the Wikipedia page. It's so funny. They had these head emus that would actually make commanding officers and tell the other birds what to do and stuff. It was so funny.
Oh my God, they're organised. That's amazing, isn't it?
How did you get involved with John Cleese? How did he come into the circle?
So his daughter does stand up in LA.
Oh, yeah, she does. Yeah,
Camilla Cleese, and I've known her for years. And when I started writing this, I couldn't think of anyone better than John Cleese to play the role of my father in this story. And I told her, and she said, when the time's right, I'll show it to my dad. And when the time was right, she did, and he loved it immediately. And he said, Would you like if I came on board and did the next draft with you and Rob? So we lived together in a house for 6 weeks in Arizona and wrote the latest script together. And Jim Jeffries, great Australian comedian, he came out and helped us write it. And so it was just fun. So, sometimes in life things do fall into place. And it sounds like in this interview everything's fallen into place to me, but I could tell you some horror stories as well of my career. So let's focus on the
positive, because the positives are so amazing. And of course, you're bringing your tour, which is a great title, as opposed to Nah Yeah, which is completely
so
different.
ridiculous.
Yes. So everybody, check out montyfranklin.com to get tickets. He's hitting our shores very soon, actually, Saturday, 23rd of November, so not too far away at the Regal Theatre, which is a cracking venue. Thanks so much for talking to us, Monty.
Thanks, Monty.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me. Really appreciate it.
It's the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
So we did see in the news just the other day, Nat, and you might have a list of the sports, that Scotland or Glasgow is going to be host of the upcoming Commonwealth Games after it all went absolute
So this is
shit
Victoria's fault.
with Victoria.
So Victoria was supposed to host it, and they were going to do it regionally. So they're going to have regional hubs like in Bendigo and Geelong and somewhere in Gippsland as well. So and then Dan Andrews said, oh, wait, it's way too expensive. We're out. We're done. We don't want to do it. And so they were then fined $300 million to not
have it.
And so that money goes to Glasgow so that they can host it. But they've said, well, we don't want to spend much more than that. And it's not that long since Glasgow did host the Commonwealth Games.
Yeah, so you'd think they'd have all the infrastructure was already set in place.
Yeah, definitely. There'd be, the right venues and that sort of thing. But they have cut a whole lot of sports, including hockey, which we're good at, so we're a bit spewing about that.
We are, from Commonwealth.
Rugby sevens is gone, cricket's gone. diving's gone. Now, diving, surely, like, if the swimming pool has a diving pool next to it, why would you get rid of diving?
Yeah, you got to make the most of the things that are there. So the 10-metre platform would be there. So why not do it?
Exactly.
I mean, if you want to up the ante and make it more, I don't know, today's type of stuff, you'd have to have a horsey comp. Or possibly...
they don't have horsies in the Commonwealth Games. That's just the Olympics. Oh, horsey. Oh, sorry, I thought you meant equestrian. You're talking about belly flops. Okay,
no,
right.
I'm talking about horsey off the 10-metre. Imagine that.
Sorry. Badminton, beach volleyball, non-track cycling, rhythmic gymnastics, squash and table tennis have also been culled.
No, okay, so no rides... excuse me, road cycling.
No
That's a
road
big
cycling,
deal.
yeah, it is. And I think the triathlon's out as well. So it's like, I mean, I get it. They probably just picked all the things they're good at.
Yeah, I know. Wouldn't you do the same? You'd imagine, though, the Scots are pretty tight bunch, so they've just gone, no, we're not paying any more than 350 or whatever we scored from the Victoria Cup.
Exactly.
Not a cent over.
So they're, we're only 2 years away from it, probably less than at this point. If you're a diver... I'd be devastated that you'd be trained. Your training would already be gearing up towards that.
Yeah, it would be. Yep.
And now it's like, oh, we've got to wait for the next Olympics for a big competition
yeah,
now.
particularly for a sport that's been around for a long time.
I know, and it just seems like that's a staple of those sorts of things. Lawn bowls, still in.
Come on, mate. Come on. Maybe they're just trying to get that demographic over 60 that still watch that stuff on TV.
Except, that watch it maybe, but the people that are playing it are all young now. That must really irk the 70-year-old retirees who are into their lawn bowls when they go, this is it, finally I can represent Australia at something, and a 19-year-old comes along and is really good at it.
It's a bit wrong, isn't it? But everybody knows if you go to the local bowls club, the beers are like half price.
I mean, that is half the attraction, really, isn't it?
100%.
Straight down the bolo.
The Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
One word, $5,000. Nova 937's missing word for ABC Blinds. Transform your home for less with ABC Blinds Spring Inspiration Sale. Save up to 40% off indoor blinds, shutters and sheer curtains.
Right, I'm feeling it in my water, Shaun. I think
good.
We can give away the $5,000 right now.
Well, let's go to Bunbury. That's the place where it needs to be hanging out.
Hello, Cheryl.
Hello, how are you?
Hey, Cheryl.
Hi, Cheryl.
Quick question. We were just discussing this before. How close is the Bunbury Ring Road to being finished?
Oh, they said it's going to be about a month, but it looks pretty far off to us. But yeah, you never know.
Have you been to the farmers market? We're also discussing that off air, literally just about 20 minutes ago.
Bunbury Farmers Market is awesome, yeah.
What do you get there, Cheryl, if you're to go through?
What would I get there?
Yeah.
Oh, the meat, of course. The meat's the best.
Yep.
Yep.
Good meat.
Well, there's
Good local
$5,000
meat.
on the line right here. You go absolutely berserk going through
buy
there.
yourself a pie.
I'd get a family one, those family
been
ones.
researching it all day.
Okay, all right. Okay, so Cheryl, we're going to run through the clues again. You can buy this in every spud shed. You can get it in the freezer section. Tony loves to serve it with some spuds. There's more than one recipe that uses this on the Spud Shed website. Okay, let's have a listen to the sentence.
I never leave Spud Shed without grabbing some...
Some what, Cheryl?
Chicken.
Chicken.
It's pretty obvious, isn't it? Chicken.
That does go well with spuds.
We haven't had it guessed yet.
You can get it in the freezer section. I'm assuming it's in more than one recipe on the Spud Shed website.
That's a tick so far,
isn't
Natalie.
it?
Is it right for $5,000 though?
No, it's not.
Oh,
it's not.
Cheryl.
Oh,
I know.
Actually, that's Sam's fault. He's pressing the button. I
Yeah,
don't
that's
know.
right.
So
Hey,
I
Cheryl,
would've
there's a
given it
Spud
to you.
Shed coming to Bunbury too soon, I think, isn't it? There's one
is.
opening
Yes,
up at
there
Bunbury
is, yeah.
Forum.
Love Spud Shed.
I'm hot on the Bunbury news. Don't we worry about that. Good on you, Cheryl. Thanks for playing. Sorry, no joy this time. We move on to Gordo. Hello.
How you going?
Gordo, this is your opportunity,
Gordo.
mate. $5,000 on the line here, mate, with just one missing word.
Let's play the sentence for you, Gordo.
I never leave Spud Shed without grabbing some...
Some what, Gordo?
Salmon.
That's right. He's a man after my own heart. I love a bit of salmon.
Yeah, I'm with you now.
I had salmon on Tuesday night, in fact. Delicious.
You're almost a weekly salmon person.
Well, why wouldn't you?
Nah,
You know what I mean?
Omega-3s.
Exactly.
Is everyone thinking of that?
Yeah, no,
Okay, cool.
we're hot on our omegas. Is Gordo right with salmon?
Gordo!
Oh, Gordo. No joy.
Spewing.
I know,
Spewing.
exactly, Gordo. Sorry, mate. Good news for, is it Jana? Are you a Jana or a Yana?
Jana.
Jana? Did you say Jana?
Yeah.
Or, yeah, Jana.
Jana.
Jana. Okay, Jana from Beaconsfield. This is your moment. You could swoop in here and score yourself $5,000. We'll play Tony's
God.
sentence. I know. We'll play Tony's sentence again.
I never leave Spudshed without grabbing some.
All right, for $5,000.
Absolutely, Jana. So this is the last guest for the morning now.
Yeah, it
Otherwise,
is.
we carry over to tomorrow.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is it. You're the hope of the nation. Actually,
is-
you're the hope of yourself.
This
$5
is
grand.
your chance to swoop in and win $5,000, Jana.
What are you going to do with the $5 grand? Let's just build it up to see if you can get this victory.
Well, we're getting married next year, so yeah, definitely could put it towards
Weddings
that.
are super cheap,
go
though.
on holiday. Yep.
You wouldn't do anything in the short term. So if you won it today, I mean, it obviously is
Yeah,
takeaway
holiday.
Chinese.
Yeah,
Book a
that's right.
holiday.
Straight, she's from Beaconsfield, so straight down to Joy Kitchen, I would have thought.
Yeah. Yep. Straight out for dinner.
Yeah.
There you go.
All
Lemon
right.
chicken.
For Jana's happiness and a good wedding, she could have invited a couple of more guests with $5,000.
Certainly could.
Yeah.
Is wings the missing word? Oh, what a build-up
Bugger.
for no result. No joy, I'm afraid, Jana. But thank you for playing.
Thanks, guys.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Now, Sean, this time yesterday you told
Yes.
us a story.
Yeah, I did. I was telling you how I walked out to my car in the morning and I realised that there was a parking ticket on my front windscreen.
And where were you parked?
In my own driveway.
Okay, that seems harsh.
And what you could see in the darkness of the morning, it had dual cab on it. It had yesterday in Fremantle, and I was like, oh, bloody bastards. One of my kids
Yeah.
has zipped off in my car
Yeah.
into Freo. And
Gone
then
to
they've
Gage
copped
Roads.
Yeah, gone to Gage Roads. That's where it was. And copped a parking fine. So anyway, I told the story yesterday. It was a
Yeah.
bit of a mystery.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
And
so-
I said,
Yeah.
I reckon it's someone that knows you and they've done it as a joke.
Yep. So when I picked up my son Ollie from school yesterday, he's going, oh, I heard you got another parking fine. And then that just sent me into
Another rage.
Yeah, another rage. So I'm going off about it. And bloody hell, this and that. And then finally he came clean to say that he'd put it
was
on
him.
there. Because one of his mates got it the day before. So he grabbed it off him.
So I know, I was sticking this on Dad's car and
Dad's-
he's so stupid he'll pay it.
Dad's got a dual cab ute.
He'll fall for this for sure.
I put it on there. And this is the second bloody time he's got me because we went to FOMO about a month ago now.
Yes, which is in Freo, everybody. Yeah.
And it was a Sunday night and I didn't get a ticket when I parked. It was
Yes.
at night and I just thought, I remember getting out of the car and I think Sonny might have said to me, Dad, you need to get a ticket. And I said, I'm taking them on today. And because we just walked over there to get something quickly and come back. And in that time, whilst I was ordering at one of those Vietnamese joints, Ollie's got a piece of paper and he's written something on there, about parking here illegally and all this stuff, which I didn't see him do this. And he's walked out and he's put it under my windscreen wiper. So when I came out, the kid's like, oh, Dad, you got a ticket. Are you ever going to learn? And I grabbed this piece of paper and it said illegal parking. I went, nah, someone's done this. I haven't a good old gag. So,
and it was him.
He's got me twice.
It's got you twice.
He's got me twice.
For the parking tickets.
Yeah.
Oh, at least you didn't pay that one, so that's good.
No, I'll not be paying this one either because I could have fallen from it. It was $65.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, I had to give it back to him because he needed to give it back to his friend.
So his friend could actually pay it.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Shout out to me mate Pete, who will be listening probably to this because he's an early riser at work. But Ollie always plays gags on Pete, so he'll know what this is all
He's a bit
about.
of a prankster, isn't he?
Yeah. But at least we got to the bottom of it.
All right, case closed.
Nathan, Nat and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.